Chris, we have completed the first two segments. Are you enjoying our conversation?
I am immensely enjoying it. I always love talking about Leapfrog, and yeah, the questions that just help me contextualize Leapfrog in my own journey, as you've asked, and even starting from childhood all the way up to here, and now I assume potentially talking about the future. And
Great.
okay, yes, I'm excited.
Now we come to the third and final segment. My first question of this final segment is, can you talk a bit about your goals, strategy, and future outlook for our company?
Yeah, so this year we're hoping to grow 30% or so, 28.5%, I believe is our stated goal. And strategy-wise, it's leveraging a lot of the investments we've been making the past few years in terms of cloud, specifically a lot of AWS, and AI, specifically Gen AI and even canonical machine learning. And I feel like we've made a lot of progress in the past few years. And I also believe that today AI is here now in terms of its ability to be productive and its the demand across businesses, including a lot of our existing customers. And we need to be the ones that can really help them, maximize the benefits of AI. And in terms of AWS, we've been investing in that cloud platform since the beginning, since I joined and was actually more of the technical lead on one of our first AWS projects at Leapfrog. And just leveraging that expertise to let AWS know through our partnership that, hey, we are this good at this stuff. We know the new stuff too, including AI. And just putting those things together to grow hopefully faster than we have in the past.
Speaking of AI and AWS, what are your thoughts on building a center of excellence for AI and AWS?
I think that's one of the best steps that we've taken in the past years, taking all of these different pockets of experts and experiences and rolling them up into a group of people that is just responsible for ensuring that everyone in the company has access to the learnings that we've had, that it's accumulating. So we've done 8 Gen AI projects, for example. What are the best practices and learnings that we've gathered from all of those? How do we ensure that all of the next generation of AI engineers within Leapfrog, we're hoping there's like 40 more by the end of the year, how do they know what to study, what to learn, what is the best thing to apply to their projects, and who's responsible for, as AI and AWS are moving faster than previous technology generations, how do we keep up to date? So I think it's been the most necessary, but also the biggest activity we could have taken that's going to help set us apart. Because now we genuinely are experts, because now each person in the company is, they haven't worked on 2 Gen AI projects, they've kind of worked on 8, and they have all of those benefits and expertise.
What do you see as the biggest trends shaping the future of healthcare industry?
I mean, I think a problem everyone talks about is who's going to pay for it. The healthcare costs in the US have continued to skyrocket, and whether that's being fearful for programs that benefit others, like let's say Medicare, Medicaid, or that's just the rising cost of insurance and the lower coverage that insurance covers for normal people, I think that's the biggest risk to the whole thing falling apart. I think on the technology side, that AI is absolutely going to be a trend to follow. Already today, AI is doing like the ambient, as they call things that a physician would do. So for example, if a visit is happening, there's something in the background transcribing all of the notes, sometimes summarizing notes on behalf of the physician. So the physician just has to review for 5 minutes that they're correct, instead of spend even an hour and a half just documenting a 30-minute visit that they had. So I think AI is going to be big. I think there's going to be a lot of questions around what to trust AI for. So, for example, there's safeguards built in today. If you use AI or any software to make a medical recommendation or diagnosis, then that toggles you as a product to a software as a medical device. That means you need, like any drug in the United States, to go through a FDA approval that could take 3+ years, and that's just for giving advice. So I think there's going to be a lot of questions on how do we evaluate these newer techniques and algorithms and validate them as ready for that type of thing, because of course it's for good reason. If an agent is wrong in giving the wrong medical device or diagnosis, somebody gets hurt. Other than that, I think just accessibility to healthcare in terms of different programs that are being threatened right now, et cetera, is something that we all have to work on, because I think healthy living is one of the cornerstones of a free and happy life, which everyone deserves. So I think in those three ways, who's going to pay, and how do we leverage AI without leveraging it too soon, and then also how do we make it accessible to more people?
Gen AI is in the future. It's now. And we have this on our website as well. Your thoughts on this, please?
Yes, it is absolutely now, and we know from experience with our customers that the things we built with Gen AI are absolutely saving a lot of time or engaging a lot of users and freeing up those people that work at companies to work on more interesting things. And I've experienced it myself. This past week, we had a hackathon for anything that our engineers, 60 people participated, 10 teams, 3 continents, including here in Pune. And they could use AI and AWS to build whatever they wanted. And in really 20 hours, they were able to build such tour de forces using Gen AI that I was blown away. It's like they just created a startup in an overnight with some Cheetos and some soda from the offices. And so the power is there to basically validate ideas faster than ever. And it inspired me enough that I had to try using AI myself to code for the first time, and I would say at least 6 or 7 years. And I, what they call, and some people frown upon, vibe coded my first app using AWS and AI to create something I thought was cool. And it took me a couple of hours. And that's not to say that you can build fully resilient, scalable, secure applications in that amount of time. But for certain phases of a project, I think it could be really useful, in particular product discovery and validation that we're building the right thing in the first place. And for that, I think it's absolutely already good enough. And my hope is that Leapfrog continues to stand out, because not only have we mastered the tools on how to get you from 0 to 1 pretty quickly, but we're the experts at what you do from there in terms of scalability and iteration and performance and security. And I know we have that, and I think it's going to be desired in the future, but man, is it here now.
Chris, we are almost done. One last question.
Okay.
What is your long-term vision for the company, and how do you plan to achieve it?
Well, our long-term vision is to be an innovation engine for global impact. I mean, what does that mean? To me, it means a group of people that are used to doing things in new ways to make people's lives better. And I think we're in a great spot right now in terms of having that. Now, how do we want to make that true always? I think is by building a company that is full of innovators. So that way we're not a 450 person company. We have a 500, 2,000, 5,000 person company. And I don't know exactly how we're going to get there. I know our steps this year are a bit more on the AWS and cloud side and a lot more on the AI side. But I'm not going to do it alone. It's going to be an amazing team that is more talented and experienced than ever, that is figuring out the pathway. Because if I tell you how we're gonna get to, let's say, 5,000 people, I wouldn't be telling the truth, because no one knows how that technology roadmap looks from here until then. I know it's possible, though, with the nucleus that we have and the people we have that are going to figure out each little branch in our path and our journey and the right way to take along the way. I really think we can get there. And it's all about the people and the teammates.
Thank you, Chris, for agreeing to do this fireside chat. I absolutely enjoyed talking to you, and I wish you nothing but the very best in taking Leapfrog technology forward.
It was a pleasure, and it's an honor to have you by my side.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Prasad.